Hello and welcome back to All Under Heaven. We are about to move into the tension era, which means a whole bunch of things are about to change for us. Which means that I think that this is a good point for us to just take a step back, sort out our court, sort out our pinned characters so we have people who we actually care about who are in some way important to us, make sure that we're focusing on the people we want to focus on for house relations. We want to make sure that we have all of our court positions filled with people who are useful. We want to make sure that we've got buildings started for things that we're needing. We basically just want to make sure that we're in a good spot to, well, progress. So, let's start with number one. We should marry off the people in our court, because we have a lot of people in our court who currently are unmarried. So, let's marry them off. So, let's start with people in our court who are unmarried and who are men. So we have 13 of them. Okay. Well, it's time for these guys to all get married off. I'm assuming nobody is of my dynasty, right? Dynasty you. 1. My son Wu Wenju, but he is currently betrothed. That's fine. Okay then. So we got 10, oh sorry, we got 12 of them to sort out. So, Cheng Si. Let's do a little sort here. If I just click one, then I can, access it. So, nobody for him to marry. I think people were suggesting it was something to do with the religion that's causing people to be, or to not have marriage options, which seems reasonable. You can marry. You're going to marry. And it doesn't really matter. You're going to marry this person. There we go. Send that one through. You. So I don't want you to marry my courtiers, necessarily, because I might want to marry matrilineally to bring more people into my court. So you can... Well, actually, if you've got anyone with an inheritable trait, there's only 9 people on the list. How could there be somebody with an inheritable trait? Okay. So you're going to marry this person. Right. Let's go with that. Next, there's my son. He's betrothed. Aren. You're going to marry. There's no inheritable traits. You're going to marry Hoo-Hoo. Wonderful. Chen, you're our eunuch. Seng. There's 241. There's got to be somebody with an inheritable trait in here. A genius with, a genius right at the top here. Yep. That seems perfect. Right, next we have Li Lan Xiao. So I'm not looking for betrothals really, so let's do that. Just do maybe sum of all skills and just pick the person who's at the top. There we go. Next we have you. 225 characters. Let's go inheritable. So a couple of you have robust, but you have intelligent. I might go with the robust person who's slightly younger. So let's go with you. Okay. Next, we have this guy. Nobody is eligible. That's okay. Next, we have you. That's a lot of people who are eligible. Inheritable traits. So it'd have to be a betrothal. I'm not interested in doing a betrothal for people who aren't my family. So let's just do that. Just because I don't want to have to keep track of them or have it pop up. So let's just do that. And then you can marry that person. Wonderful. And then my He Shang cannot marry. Right. Good. Next, we're going to go for all the women who are unmarried in our court. Which isn't actually that many. Because if we have a look, you'll see my concubine. So there's a couple of them. So we're only going to marry off women who are of childbearing age. Let's go with you. And we're going to do matrilineal marriages just to draw a few people into our court if there's anybody who's actually available. Apparently you would accept one. I'm just trying to figure out why. Why you in particular? He just would. Alright. It's just weird because it's my courtier, some random person. Alright, well. Let's do that. Right. Next. You. Matrilineal. Inheritable. Any geniuses? Nope. Let's go with you. Wonderful. Right. Not you, not you, not you. Yep, you. Inheritable still ticked, so we're gonna go with this person. Matrilineal. There we go. Right. And now we wait for those to go through. And there will be a lot of marriages that are happening now. Courtier came of age. Okay, well, we'll marry you off as well. There's nobody with an inheritable trait who'll marry him, but if I do this and then sum of all skills. Chengfa. Okay, you can marry her. Right. Carrying on. And keep just clicking the excellent button. Okay. Have we married off everyone who needs to be married off? Yes, there. Yes, there as well, right? Wait, I thought I set up a marriage for you. Oh, no, there was nobody available. Okay, that's fine. Right. So that's all of those marriages done. Let's just reset for a second. Next thing we want to do is we want to just have a look in here for any positions that we want. So we want a wet nurse. We have somebody with good aptitude. You can do that job. Wonderful. Do I need any other jobs to be filled? No. I think we're mostly fine on the other jobs. Cool. Do I need to do anything on my council? Might as well have a look. See if we've got anyone better in, like, some positions. Very, very minor upgrade. I guess I could put my son in that job, actually. Yeah. I'm going to fire him to put my son in that role. Chancellor. That's a reasonable upgrade. Go with that. Marshal. This shouldn't matter at all, although I should have you on trained commanders. Let's assign this person in here and have you on trained commanders, because that could get us bonuses for commanders. Spy Master. We can go with a slightly better Spy Master if I want to, but this is my son, so that's fine. Wait, did I fire my other son? I don't think so, right? No, you're not good enough to do any of these roles. That's fine. Right. Okay, so that's all fine. Okay, clear this out. Right. What's next for us on our list of things that we need to do? I guess next for us is probably looking at our disciples list and deciding who we want to be our disciples. So we currently have our sons. We could try and find another disciple if there's any kingdoms out there without a disciple. Ideally for disciples, we're looking for people who are not within our movement. So our movement is conservative movement, so it's actually only this land right here. So we're looking for anyone who holds a kingdom outside of that slip there, which is Hua Inan. So how about Shannan? Do you have a mentor? You have an elder already. Okay. So I'm just trying to. So I'm trying to figure out how we did. So we did request mentorship to get people to be my. Yeah, to get people to be my disciple. We did this, although it didn't work for us previously because they're not technically the same thing. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We can also ask people to join our movements. Your elder is currently this person. Your elder is part of the advancement movement. Maybe what I need to do instead of this is just find people who want to join my movement and ask them. Like, ask this person, does he want to join my movement? Maybe that would be easier than what I was thinking with disciples. And we could just make my last son the disciple. That might work. Okay. So let's say I want you to join my movement. What would I need to give him? A bribe? That's 300 gold. Prestigious good word gets him quite a lot of the way. Influence. And he would then join my movement. However, his personal movement power is currently higher than my personal movement power, which means that he would be in charge of the movement, which isn't what we want. But that can't be right, because then he'd be at the top of... Oh no, he's there. Okay, wait a second. I just realized that the movement leader, although it should be the person with the most movement power, right now it isn't. So I think we might have to wait a month in-game just for this to recalculate. Okay. But yeah, I think that might be an easier way of doing things. Just invite people to our movements. Yeah. Okay, so this son here... No, I need to do it on me. I need to request mentee. Then I need to find my son, who is somewhere in this list. Wait, I can probably sort by Dynasty U. Yeah. Then I need to sort by... no, I found you. Perfect. I'll get him to study Confucian education with me. Wonderful. And he became my disciple. Wonderful. Okay. Oh yeah, people said that Elder does give you something, and it's up here. I was looking in the percentages, not in the flat. But yeah, disciples give you 0.25, and I think Elder gives you 1. Yeah, so I was just looking in the wrong place. Right. So that's fine. I could study the Confucian classics. Is there any reason not to? No, I guess, although I'm probably not going to get skill up, so probably not any reason to. Okay, cool. So let's start with that, and let's unpause and wait a month. There we go. Now, is it recalculated movement powers? Or, let's see. So we're at that. So why is this person not the movement leader? Character leading the movement, delegated as the only member allowed to speak directly with the Son of Heaven to further the movement's agenda using the Make Movement petition decision. To become a leader, you either have to have the highest amount of movement power on the previous leader's death or defeat the current leader in debate activity. Oh, okay. So it's on the previous leader's death, so it's not getting replaced automatically. I see. Okay. That's the bit I was missing. So most of the time will be that way, but this guy must have had either less movement power or been beaten in a debate or have joined some point after the leader's death. Okay, that makes sense. So we can invite other people to our movement and have them be like members of it. Okay. Which case... Also, I just want to check something here. So you're part of the pro-song movement, but your elder is part of the advancement movement. Interesting. So you didn't join your elder's movement either. Okay. I'm going to ask this guy to join. I'm going to give him my prestigious good word and my influential connections. And then this guy should join my movement. Every disciple he has, it says, will switch as well. I don't know if that's true, but let's see. Okay, so he's joined. Sectarian strife. The tensions between the cunning Dianists and the aloof Vinaists escalates by the day. My son Uraran exclaims. Graceless Vinaists monks are praying for our downfall. Please, for the sake of Buddha, make clear that you stand with the subtle Dynaists, and it'll be obvious we should be favored. I'm increasing fervor by 1. Like, really does not matter. But I'll choose this. I'm assuming it's fervor by 1 because a lot of people get these events, so it doesn't want to greatly sway it one way or another per event. Okay, so now if I check this movement, this guy has now joined it. Did his... I see his disciple did not join it. Yeah. So that is his disciple, but his disciple did not join. I guess it must be disciples who are in the same movement as this guy will join. It makes me feel like at some point in the past they had it so that disciples had to be in the same movement as their elder, and then they changed that. That's how that feels to me, because the way it's worded is that this guy would have joined us, but obviously he didn't. Okay. But we now have another person in our movement if we have a look at that. So we now have this one and this one. Okay. So realistically, what I think we need to do is, if we're making a power grab, we need to grab people from the pro-song movement. And we need to get them into our movement. I think that's what we need to do. Okay. Before we do that, though, let's focus on the other thing I said we needed to do right at the start. I want to sort out our pinned characters. And make sure that there's only ones we actually care about here. So, Prefect Han, Shi Zhen here. So Han, house relation is neutral to us. Okay. So we're looking for House Han in here. So we're neutral with Han. Because you became rivals with my daughter. Let's have a look here. So my daughter married this guy, which is where we started it. My daughter then actually ended marrying him instead. My daughter married this guy. So lots of marriages happened. My daughter then married this guy. So these, I guess when it says married, it means betrothed. Yeah, that must be the betrothals. Because that's the same person here and here. Okay, so you married this person. Yeah. And then Prefect became a rival of my daughter. Wait, are you not married? You are indeed married, but you became rivals. And that gets us to a neutral. Okay, so that gets us to neutral. Which is 40% towards cordial. Now, House Han, you're the top level of House Han. So you're probably a lot more important when we initially looked at you. Do we care about you in the slightest? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we ditch House Han. Yeah, I think House Han has had its day for us. Although I know we've married into it a little bit, but I don't think it's important enough for us anymore. We have the Huangdi, whose house we married into, which is fine. We've married into it a couple of times as well. But you have a lot of house relations. I think this one we don't need on our side list, because we know the Huangdi is important, and we know that we would like house relations with them, but it's not important. Sun can definitely stay there. Yep. Okay. You. So it wouldn't be nice if when you hovered over it, it told you what the house relation was, opposed to you having to go into here to find out. So this is neutral. Okay. It says, my son married this person. So it should be 0.2. Shouldn't be neutral with nothing. It should be neutral 0.2. Yeah, 20% towards cordial. Okay. Who's the most important member of your house? This guy. Yeah. Not important enough. Moving on. You. You know what? I should just do that first. Not important enough. Moving on. Like a lot of these people we started marrying off into when we were like unlanded. Now we're a little bit more important. Now they're not really that important. Like, you know, these people aren't relevant to us. So yeah, you're my disciple, but you're not relevant. Okay. House Wang here. You, again, don't seem relevant. Next one. Huling Zhu. I must have had house relations with you at some point. Okay, so you're up to cordial. Due to reasons. We're friends, best friends, friends. Okay. Interesting. I think... Yeah, not entirely sure why that one's worth 0.1 and that's worth 1. It could be because they changed it in a patch. That is actually a relevant thing that could have happened there. Yeah, I don't think I need to know about that one. There's my second son. You are a member of House Zhao, which is the Huangdi's house, so I don't really need to know about you. There's my third son. House Wu. So that's Governor something over here. So you actually have quite a lot of land. You're underneath this guy, but you do have quite a lot of land. And we have some kind of house relation. What is our house relation with you? So we're cordial. Okay, so we're cordial and you're kind of important. Or at least you're kind of... Well, somebody in your house is kind of powerful. So really I should have you marked. Not this other guy. Yeah, you're the person who I care about. And Grand Chancellor Lu Dafeng. What's our house relation with you? What did we do? We had one marriage. Okay. I think that's not worth having on there. Alright, so you we are cordial with. Alright. You're currently a member of the Expansion Movement. Expansion Movement has less people than we do. You're unaligned. Does unaligned even... Yeah, unaligned does show up here. You can be persuaded to join other movements. I would like this person to join our movement anyway. He will just accept. Perfect. Yeah. He'll just accept. Easy. Okay. Well, we'll get that guy into our movement. Oh, it costs us 100 influence to do so, though. Oh, I forgot it didn't... well, I didn't see that. It cost me influence on the... just suggesting it. Well, I guess I should really look for his liege then first, because you're unaligned. I should ask whether you'll join my movement. Which he will. He's incredibly happy to, because he's... it's not like he's in a current movement or anything. Yeah, okay, I'm going to ask this person to join my movement. Let's do that, although he's not that healthy. Right. So he has now joined my movement. That's fine. So our movement power has gone up a little bit, and now all of this land, in theory, is part of my movement. Yeah. That's good. Did I ask him to join my movement? I must have. Yeah. Okay. So we're getting more land. There's a lot of people in this movement, but I think there's a lot of people who are not going to be... If we sort by movement power, yeah. Was it 350 and... I need to go into here, actually. 100 for kingdoms, 350 for empires. 100 for kingdom, 350 for empires. So, movement power. So, you would be independent. You wouldn't. So you wouldn't become independent after this. Minister of Personnel, because you don't have enough power. These kingdoms would. The duchies wouldn't, because they would only become independent if their liege didn't have enough movement power. Yeah. So although there's a lot of people in this, I suppose there are quite a few kingdoms in it. But what I'm kind of thinking is that there's a lot of... I can see there's a lot of like counts in it as well. We're all adding a little movement power, but I don't think any of them actually matter. Also, now the favored movement is the pro-song movement. They're pro themselves. Ah, what a surprise. Okay, apparently I can join a local examination somewhere. Ah, there. I might do that. Well, there's no reason. I don't have any merit, so why would I join that? Or like I'm maxed on merit. So that's fine. Okay. So now we've got something else to work towards, thinking about getting people in our movements. I think we might make a power grab. I think that's where I'm going to go. I'm very uncertain with these mechanics, but I think I want to make a power grab. Okay. The other thing that people were saying is they think I can hold capital examinations on a completely different note. Yes. No. No, I can't hold the capital examinations. Your highest title is hegemony. Yeah, so no, I'm not in charge of the capital examinations. That would be my liege. So, okay. Estate. Let's finish building here as well. I could upgrade our tea room a little bit. I mean, it would be quite nice to boost elderly health, given that, you know, that's where we're going to end up soon. And the fact it gives you movement power is quite nice as well. So let's do that. Build a couple of tea houses. Okay, that's done. House relations have gone up because my granddaughter has become best friends with you. Okay, that's plus 20%. Okay, that's cool. Tea house finished. Next level tea house. Let's keep upgrading it. Could meditate in seclusion. I do still want to move my capital. We just can't do it until these finish whatever they're doing. Let's meditate in seclusion. Sure. In the comfort of my own temple. Sure. Caravan Master is dead. Oh, Gong is dead. Which also means that I have lost a concubine. So we now have a concubine available. Betrothed can marry. Okay. Cool. And that improved house relations. Right. Chill. And then we go in here. And we get the tea garden pavilion. Wonderful. Now we chill a little bit more. Now that's done. Okay, so now our movement power is even higher, which is nice, due to all of our tea stuff, our estate buildings. And our health should be higher if we get into the elderly health bit, which I think we... Oh no, we're not quite there yet. We have disease resistance there. Okay, that's fine. Cool. What else do I want to upgrade in my estate now that we've done that? I mean, I could just keep boosting this, but there's no real purpose to that unless there's a building I want to build, right? Roasting shed? I don't think it's that important for us right now. When can I upgrade this? We need the cranes innovation. Okay. Block carving shed doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter. Although, wait a second, I should mentor in governance my sons. Who, if they haven't already had it. You haven't had a mentor in governance. Nope. Okay, let's mentor my son. Also, I should have my other son just on the side as well. The Presage of Misery. The world suffers from a disease, a malady of the spirit. Malevolence and misconduct spread unchecked where pillars of virtue once stood strong. Immoral officials enrich themselves at the expenses of the masses they govern. And soldiers ponder whether it is better to plunder than to protect. Okay, so we've reached the tension era. Wickedness is an illness no medicine can cure. Okay, so let's have a look at what this looks like. Okay, so there are multiple different ways that this can go. So what the Huangdi is saying, he's saying, well, if we get enough points to go to a stable era, I would like to do an expansion era. Oh, you also need 2,000 points for this one. So stable eras are longer than tension era, which makes sense, really. Okay, let's just have a look at what the losses are. So we were on this one. So we had this, which doesn't matter. Men-at-Arms title maintenance up 20%. House Opinion was up. Max Men-at-Arms regiments was down by 2. Domiciles gave more income. Were cheaper to produce, but took a little bit more time. Now, we're here. So we get 20% less monthly treasury, but that doesn't matter for us because 20% monthly treasury is not how we're getting our money. We're getting our money via the temples. So that's fine. House Opinion is still up by 10. I guess that must be the conservative bonus, probably. Non-administrative vassals may openly declare wars against other vassals. Chancellor's Ingratiate Title Councillor task is disabled. Or, sorry, integrate. Sorry, I read that wrong. Military commanders can use the Siege Hegemonic County Tension and Siege Hegemonic Duchy Tension Casus Belli. Populist factions and peasant factions are more likely to be created and have more members. Non-administrative vassals are more likely to declare internal wars. Governor efficiency is reduced by 5% for each Son of Heaven's legitimacy level below 5. We have governor efficiency, right? Yes. So yeah, it's currently there is no legitimacy below 5. So that's fine. Yeah. Non-de jure vassals and tributaries are more likely to declare and demand independence. Reduced vassal penalties for declaring or demanding independence. So none of that matters to us. We want to push things towards division. So, how do I push things towards division? What are the catalysts? So, catalysts, they lose the mandate of heaven. So if the legitimacy drops too low, okay, that's fine. Legitimacy is 0. Okay, that's the same thing basically, I think. Son of Heaven controls less than 30% of the hegemony of song de jure counties. Yeah, again, like all three of these are basically like, this is legitimacy is low, this is legitimacy is low, and this is you don't have the land. Okay. Less than 50%, you don't have the land. Son of Heaven is murdered, is plus 100. Well, that's interesting. 100 for that. That's gonna be difficult. Yeah. But it's possible. Second, Son of Heaven's second song's Grand Campaign project is a failure. So if a Grand Campaign project for a war fails, then that gets you 50. Tribes of the Steppe begin forming the Mongol Empire. Well, that's not really something we can control, and it won't happen for another 200 years because I think it's on historic. Favored movement, consulted heaven, push towards division. Okay, so that's not, we're not the favored movement, so we can't do that. Imperial treasury is raided or besieged. Yeah, so that's a, like that's somebody's attacking us again. Apocalyptic plague. Again, like, we can't do anything about that. Dismisses faction demands or becomes a tyrant leading to civil war. I mean, there is currently a civil war, but that I don't think counts. Major plague, natural disasters. Natural disaster might yearly drift it for a little bit, because I think this disaster still exists, so that will drift it slightly. Because it's a yearly tick, right? Yeah. The Mongol Empire's hordes attack the hegemony of Song's lands. Son of Heaven loses a war, which might happen. Househead consulted Heaven, push towards division. But that's going to be that's going to be like something that our liege will control, right? So that's not something we can control. Imperial Treasury is bankrupt. Again, like we can't do anything with that. Legitimacy level is below 7. I think it is 7 right now. It's 6. So actually that will tick per year, because it's currently 6. Yep, so it's below the amount it needs to be. Okay. Provinces were sacked by the Mongol Empire. Yep, there isn't a Mongol Empire, so that's a real problem. Power sways towards the conservative movement. Oh. Power sways towards the conservative movement. Now, that's something that I think we could do. What do you mean power sways? That's interesting. Imperial censor in prisons without a valid reason. Power sways towards the conservative movement. Is there something we can do to make power sway? But yeah, there's not a lot we can do to make this drift towards us. There's not a lot we can actively do except for continually murder the Son of Heaven. 20 murders and we're there. I mean, this is likely going to fail. There is an ongoing natural disaster, so this will tick up, which is interesting. Okay. Okay. How much money does the Imperial Treasury have? Not as much as you would think. Okay, and they are in multiple wars. Okay. Power sways towards the conservative movement, it says. So, how am I going to make... I'm currently busy doing this. Okay. Shape the dynastic cycle. You have to be movement leader, favored movement, Son of Heaven, or Grand Chancellor. Ah, so if I was Grand Chancellor, I could do something. Which I'm not, but I could. Okay, if I was. So we might want to try making a play for a higher title at some point here. Maybe even attempting to murder the Grand Chancellor. If I murder the Grand Chancellor, I become the Grand Chancellor, assuming I set myself available for new titles. That's an interesting thought. And he's a main member of the pro-song movement. I'm not very good at murdering people, though. Like, that's, like, my least good thing. How's his health? His health is fine. He has finished Whole of Body, which is very annoying. That means that he's going to live for a long time. Okay. Well, I'm still meditating, so there's nothing I can do until I finish meditating, so I might as well just finish meditating first. Autonomous provinces has come in, so Divine Mandate, level 4, has just disappeared, and we're now in autonomous provinces. Previous levels, rulers can change between succession laws. All vassals who refuse title revocation and vassal revocation are considered criminals. Administrative or demand administrative governance cost is reduced. Titles can be revoked, vassals can be retracted. Vassal titles cannot be inherited by characters outside the realm. And they can never, non-administrative vassals can never declare war is gone. So all of that's gone, and autonomous provinces now exists. Okay. Interesting. I was also wondering, like, if you pay tax, you probably get to keep more of it, depending on where the budget laws are as well. I don't know where they're at, but because we don't have any, but that would be interesting if that also changes. Actually, does this control? Oh no, there you go, base tax contribution. 5%, and it was at 30%. Yeah. So, that means I think you get to keep more money, so that's cool. Right. Oh yeah, can we change succession laws now? Just curious. Oh, I need to have High Crown Authority to change some laws. I mean, I can't really change it between anything anyway. And, well, if I want to change to Ultimagenitor. Yeah, so no, I can't change between any succession laws. Okay, that's fine. I just thought I'd check, because it was suggesting we could, but I didn't think we could. Right. Let's carry on. Finish our meditating. Imperial command has been changed to autonomous command. Okay, interesting. Can we have men at arms now? We can have 10 men at arms. Oh, okay. That changes things a little bit. We can have 10 men at arms. And I don't think that if the men at arms limit goes down, we will lose them, based upon how men at arms usually work. That's interesting. Yeah, some personal men at arms is not a bad idea, although affording them is the more difficult part during peace, but still. Might be worth it. Son failed his provisional examination. Shocking. Oh yeah, people were suggesting that maybe I shouldn't do the children's exam and just hold a local examination later. My understanding, if you hold a local examination later, the only thing you can get is a provincial examination off of it. You can't ever get the children's examination if you don't do it as a child. So to me, there doesn't seem to be any reason not to get them to pass the children's examination. Maybe I'm wrong though, but to me it seems like it's just something you want them to do. But anyway. Here, what do I want? Inspiring rule? Sure, why not? It's fine. I improved my skill at meditation. Wonderful. And am I back yet? Liege's War ended. Wait, can I move my capital now? Alright, yeah, wait, yeah. Move a state? No, the peasants' revolt counts. Oh. There was a chance it didn't. Okay. Drink tea, definitely. My courtier became inspired. Did he, though? Like, what other bonuses could we have got from tea? I got tea from the spirit. Yeah, so it's just lies to you when it tells you what you got, because I got tea for the spirit there. Okay. Cool. Tutor is educating my children. That's good. Continuing to do that. Alright, how are we looking here? So this is getting progress. This is getting not a lot of progress. I just wanted to look at the catalysts that are triggering. So power sways towards the conservative movement. I don't really understand what the power sways is. Oh, it also tells you can only do reception hall if you've got... Wait. Yeah. Can construct a reception hall internal upgrade if you're in the conservative movement. Huh. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah. Power sways towards the conservative. I just don't understand what power sways means. Does it mean it is gaining more power over time? Like, how does it determine power sways? You know what? Somebody's probably got an explanation. Power sways. Let's just have a look. Towards conservative movements, CK3. Let's see what people are saying. What causes the power sways towards? When you're a movement leader, you have a decision that lets you push your movement that causes these. Well, I haven't done that, so, like, that doesn't seem correct. Interesting. Interesting. So, okay. No idea. That's the closest we got to an answer, and the answer is quite clearly wrong, because I didn't do that. So, yeah, alright. But it's something I can maybe do. Promote movement power. Let's try and... Oh no, this will cancel my other thing for my son. Let's finish my son's thing then. My marshal has been showing off a promising new recruit. He may not be as of noble stock as you, my liege, but on my name I swear that Bai Chong Yi is someone you would want to have on your side. Alright, he can join my court. That's fine. Reckless relations. I can tell there is something wrong with my wife, Juan Jing, as soon as we're in bed together. She is clearly distracted, and I clasp her hand gently as I ask her what the matter is. It's a money matter, she sighs, running her free hand over her head. I have some family who are short on luck, and they're close to losing their home. I used to spend time there as a child. She looks at me pleadingly. Is there anything we can do? I'm sure they would pay it back to us. They just need to get back on their feet. They'll be good for it, I swear. And say, leave it to me, or how dare you try to extort me? Okay, leave it to me, I guess. Okay. And... family ingratiated. For weeks, missives from gentlemen Cheng Yifang have been piled up on my desk, each flattering House Yu and subtly enlisting our friendship with his family. These curious, insulting letters can only make us question his motives and restate the proud independence of our family. Okay, I gained some influence. And we have mentored him in governorship, which got us some influence, which I think we had to spend to start the scheme in the first place. But cool. And now he's a level 4 governor. Quite nice. Right. In here, I now want to... where I can join a debate somewhere? I may not arrive in time. Okay. So I want to go in here and promote movement power. Against who? Against me. Yeah, okay. So, let's put some people into this. Let's put you in here. And you. And I have no eunuchs who can join this one. Gabber. And Cupbearer. So down to 3 minutes. Or 3 months. Yeah. And no eunuchs can join. Because I don't have anyone who's a eunuch who can join. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Now we've got a scheme going. Okay. I'm wondering when... oh, child can be sent to the children's examination. Let's go. Failed. Shocking. Okay. There's a capital examination. I'm not going to go, but my family should. So... they are commanded to attend, so they should go if they need to. Let's get some prestige there. And the war is over. Fantastic. Which now means that I can teleport. Oh, somebody suggested that I should do it in one of my holdings, but I don't have holdings anymore, so I'm just going to move it to the capital. But, yeah. Okay. Let's move our estate there. Wonderful. Okay. So, now we're here. I could just go to the palace examination now that I'm right here, but I have already passed it and I don't need the merit, but hopefully that'll make it easier for my family to attend, I guess. Anyway, I am going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for how do we actually, you know, raise this up quicker than this, because it doesn't seem possible. currently, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.